What's going on, guys? It's Tyler with Clean Cut Lawns. While I was up here in the mountains, I thought we'd do a review on this Bobcat Excavator right here. But if you haven't been to this channel before, hit that subscribe button. Trying to always come up with new content to help you guys out. But I'm going to let Sean talk about it because let's just say I don't really know how to use one of these, which is why when I'm at the GIE Expo in this line, I just stand there and watch because I don't want to look like a dummy. So I'm going to let Sean talk about it.
How y'all doing? So yeah, I'm going to do a little review on my Bobcat 325. I put a few hundred hours on it since I've owned it. My main reason for buying it was just to take the place of employees. Doing landscape installs, tree work for example, lifting logs. This thing has just made life so much easier. This isn't the biggest excavator they sell. It's about a 28 horsepower machine, but it still has a lifting capacity of about 1,500 pounds, which this log probably doesn't weigh that much, but this is just an example of how it makes it easy moving this stuff around, whether it be installing big bushes. I've installed, 10-foot Thuja green giants with it. Just take it off the trailers, dig the holes, set it in, you're good to go. So a few, I don't know how many of you have used an excavator, but essentially it's like one big video game. You got controls everywhere. If you come over here, I'll kind of give you an example. So, these two run the tracks, forward, reverse. Now this can get confusing because this machine obviously swivels 360. So when you're going the opposite way, you just always know that the blade is the front. So if you're going towards the blade, you push forward. These joysticks control the arm. You got the piston here, piston there, another piston for the thumb, and then you got the bucket. And then you also have this articulating right here so you can be off center. And then you have the other one that raises and lowers the blade. This is just a one-way blade, up, down, doesn't articulate, so it's not easy to grade with this machine. But other than that, you get used to it. And for any landscape or even lawn maintenance professional, if you do many jobs where you're installing or removal, I can say that a machine like this comes in handy, especially if you're by yourself like I am. This has broadened my horizons greatly when it comes to lawn and landscape, the jobs I can do. Plus you can make a pretty penny off of this per hour, just running a machine like this. And this wasn't brand new when I bought it. It had about 1,600 hours, which apparently these things have a life where you can get up to 8,000 hours on the machine. As long as you take care of the tracks, make sure everything stays greased. This thing has about 13 or 15 grease fittings you have to maintain regularly, then you shouldn't have any issues out of this. I'll show you the engine compartment. Bobcats have always used Kubota diesels. I like the older style because everything's easy to get to. This whole big door opens up and everything's right here. Your hydraulic oil, everything is right here. Very easy to get to. The newer machines are called tailless machines, which basically that means that no part of the back of this excavator will exceed the tracks. As you can see here, the back is exceeding the tracks, so that means you have to be careful when you're against a building or near a tree, because this, as you can see, I've kind of scuffed it up a little bit, will run and will scrub up against something. So that's something on the older machines you have to look at, but the new tailless machines, you can do, a 180, say you're against the house on this track, and you won't touch the house. So, but I enjoy having this big open compartment. I enjoy not having to deal with DEF and all the emissions stuff. This is a very basic machine. I can still go take it somewhere and get it plugged in if I hit a code, and that's all there is to it. I'll show a brief example running the machine. It's always good to have the blade down when you're hauling something this heavy, so that way it doesn't feel like it's sitting the machine.
Put the seatbelt on.
It does have a seatbelt. Typically I don't run with it, but if I'm on a steep grade, I'll definitely run with it. So you kind of just push down, keep the log up, lower it, and then pull it back. You can grab a hold of it, pick it up, and that's all there is to it. So you just come around. as you can see now, if you're on a much steeper slope than this, you got to be careful. Make sure that that blade is on the downhill slope. Keep this machine from tipping over. But in reality, you know, for 6,200 pounds, you know, hauling it around from job to job, it's very easy to move. It's small enough to where you can kind of work your way through the woods. I have no complaints. You know, it's great for the lawn and landscape guy if you're by yourself and you need something to do a little bit of heavy lifting for you. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Leave in the comments, you know, what you thought, and y'all have a great day.